Hey everyone, it's your man Brandon Stubbs here, host of the podcast Punch the Face Radio. Dropping a video here in regards to my official fight pick for this weekend's Canelo Triple G 3 main event, and as well give you some gambling odds that may win you a little bit of money. Now, I'll start off by saying this in regards to the gambling odds and money and all this. It's all for entertainment purposes only, okay? That's my nice way of saying you lose money, don't come looking for me. Don't be leaving anything in my comments. Don't be doing no shit like that. You lose money, that is on you. I'm just giving you suggestions. So, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? Don't come at me with no bullshit. Okay? Don't. Now, shout out to my Red Sox too, by the way. Shitty season, but it is what it is. Now, I'm gonna say here ahead as you listen to this video that my fight pick and the gambling odds are not one of the same. And I'll explain. So my official fight pick to kind of get that out of the way is going to be Canelo Alvarez via unanimous decision. Now, the reason why I say that is, quite honestly, I've seen deterioration in Gennady Golovkin over the last few years when he has fought. 2021 he didn't fight at all. Canelo has challenged himself against much better competition in the, 4 years since their second bout. So resume to resume, Canelo's done better, been more active, fought the better competition throughout that time frame. And not to mention, Triple G's 40. Nothing against anyone who's 40. I'm 40. But in boxing, 40 and fat guy in front of a mic is different kinds of 40. I worry about it being 40, but I digress. But I like Canelo via unanimous decision or majority decision. He'll win on the cards. He'll win by points. Let me just put it that way. Here's where it gets tricky, and here's where I kind of hope my fight pick's wrong for financial purposes. And again, entertainment purposes only for this. So if you're going to gamble, it's just all for fun and shits and giggles. Now, with this fight, there's a lot of interesting odds, and there's also some odds that kind of saw coming. So kind of break these down. Now, obviously I've been looking at odds a little bit more now that sports betting's legal in the state that I'm in. So I'm going to give you the four that sites that I use, and just kind of common sites: DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, and Caesars. They are not sponsoring this at all. They are more than welcome to sponsor this if they choose to, but they're not sponsoring this. They can leave a comment, tweet me, DM me, email me, something if you want to be a part of this. So I still keep hitting the mic, still getting used to this stuff. Y'all bear with me. But these are the four that I got odds from, and they'll kind of give you an idea of where this is at. Now, again, as we record this may change closer till we get to the fight because more money may come in on Canelo to make these odds a little bit more closer. The gap may close a little bit. I don't see it closing much, to be quite honest. I think the money is what it is. So I kind of break down what the scenario is, and I'm going to kind of look here down in my pad I have here. So all four of these sports books have Canelo as being the dog, meaning you have to put $100 down. You have to put whatever this minus is to win $100. So in this case, both DraftKings, FanDuel have him at minus 550. So you got to put up 550 win $100. They have that for him right now. MGM is at minus 450 and Caesars at minus 500 as we record this. So not real great odds. Now you really got to have a lot of confidence in him to put $500 down and win 100. Not really worth it, right? Here's where it gets interesting, and you kind of understand where I'm going with this. Gennady Golovkin is plus 370 on DraftKings, plus 420 on FanDuel, plus 350 on MGM, and plus 380 on Caesars. So again, you bet 100, you're going to win 370, 420, yada, yada, so on and so forth. So actually good odds. But where I'm actually going to put my money for this fight, and granted, yes, I did pick Canelo to win. You heard me say Canelo by points, split decision, whatever. But for the odds of entertainment and maybe winning some money, I'm actually going with something a little bit different. And honestly, I think it's a smart bet. I'm going with a draw. That's where I'm actually going to put my money at for this fight here this weekend, is a draw. Yes, I know that seems very middle of the road, seems kind of weird. Like, why would you bet a draw? That's dumb. It's not. Because let me tell you the odds here of what we're talking about. DraftKings, plus 1,800. FanDuel, MGM, and Caesars plus 2,000. You put 100 down, you win that money. Given the fact how close and competitive these fights have been between these two, mind you, the first one was a draw, which we all know Triple G won that fight, but he got jerked on the cards. The second fight was a majority decision for Canelo, but honestly, I thought Canelo won the fight clean. I didn't think it was a majority decision. I thought he should have won unanimously. So when these two guys are in the ring together in Vegas, the scores can get a little bit wacky and can get a little bit weird very quickly. Hence the reason, if you got a little money to spend here on a draw, the odds are really in your favor. I mean, even putting down 50, you're going to get half of those pluses that I told you. So, it's not bad. You put down 20, you win a couple $100. So if you have a little bit of money to spend, you want to throw some money around, you got some free play on any of these sports books, a draw actually is going to be your best bet for the best bang for your buck, because given the history of these two, it's very feasible this fight can end a draw. It could just really get weird. So, yeah, it's smart money that way. Now, where I'm going to tell you why I don't think this fight is going to end in a stoppage, meaning a normal knockout or anything like that. Could a cut happen? Feasibly, but we've never really seen either one of these guys cut horrifically bad to where that's been an issue, to where we've had to worry about cuts in a fight getting stopped by a doctor. So I don't really see it going down that pathway. I don't see these guys, either one, chin falling apart fight night to where they KO someone. And I know that's the popular bet right now, is to go with Canelo via knockout, via stoppage of some sorts. He wants to go and improve a point. He really didn't want to do this third fight, but the money was too good from the zone, and, well, he lost to Dimitri Bivol, so you really ain't got many options, bro. So, as far as him winning via KO, Canelo, the odds you're looking at here are DraftKings is plus 150. FanDuel is at 175. Plus 175. MGM is at plus 150, and so is Caesars at plus 150. So, again, not really great odds for him to win via knockout. So the money value right there, it just really isn't there for me. It's not enough for me to entice me to put the money down there. And kind of the same with the Triple G winning the fight. Winning the fight via unanimous decision, especially if you pick him as winning that way, you've got, again, pretty good odds. Plus 700 with DraftKings, plus 750 with FanDuel, plus 700 at MGM, and plus 650 with Caesars. I don't know why Caesars is only getting plus 650. It's kind of weird. But good odds if you're looking for him to win via decision. Again, if you just have some money to throw away, or free play on any of these apps or anything like that, I think these are great values. And even if you want to be a little bit risky and want to pick him via KO, which, again, I just don't see happening, the odds there are pretty good as well. Plus 900 at DraftKings, plus 950 at FanDuel, plus 800 at MGM, and then plus 850 through Caesars. So really good numbers, really good odds for Triple G, who's the underdog here. And I don't think he should be this much of a dog in this fight as he's being portrayed. And a lot of this is just, how sports books work. Late money's going to come in. But I don't see that. I don't see him being that much of a dog. Yes, he lost the second fight, and I thought quite convincingly, but I think he's going to be able to keep it competitive enough to where it could get strange. We could get a couple of tight rounds here and there. There could be swing rounds to where we get some sort of draw of some sort. I'm not, again, I think Canelo should win. I'm picking him to win, but I'm putting money on a draw just because I think this shit's going to get weird. And that's just my opinion. If you've listened to the podcast, my thing is weird and chaos. A draw would be complete and utter chaos for the zone, because the zone's already forking out a shit ton of money for this fight and may not actually be recouping that with everything, with the pay-per-view buys and people getting the subscription to the zone. They may not recoup. They won't recoup. Let me rephrase it that way. I don't think they're going to recoup at all. But that's neither here nor there. But this fight ends up being a draw. These two guys are going to want to fight each other again, possibly. The fight public may want another one. If the fight is good and it's competitive and it actually is a draw, then you may have to fork up the money for a fourth fight. I don't see it happening, but again, it's Vegas. It's shitty judging out there from time to time. These two getting in the ring with each other, we always see the scorecards get weird, and I think that's something I'm going to anticipate here this weekend. So, again, as a recap, Canelo is my official fight pick. However, I'm putting money on the fight being a draw and actually hoping that it is so I can win some money. So, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. You lose money, don't come at me. I don't care. I don't want to hear your problems. I'm a Cowboys fan. I have enough damn problems to deal with, okay? I don't want to hear your problems about losing money here on this weekend's fight. But nevertheless, sit back and enjoy. Make sure you hit the like button if you like what I'm talking about. Leave comments. Let me know what you think as we're trying to do more content here. Different variety of things here here on the Punch the Face YouTube channel. Whatever this shit is. I'm still getting used to this, folks. And as you can tell, I talk a lot with my hands. So if you heard me on the podcast and never seen me visually, as I'm doing the podcast, I'm doing a lot of this. Just me. So with that being stated, folks, enjoy the fights here on Saturday night. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, BrandonP2TF, as I'll be tweeting throughout the night, as I will actually not clearly be in Vegas. I'll be watching the fight from the comfort of a movie theater. So very interesting to see how many people actually are going to be there for the fight in a movie theater. So I anticipated being semi-crowded. But follow me on Twitter as I'll be talking about the fight throughout the night and giving live updates. If you're not watching the fight, at least letting you know what's going on and how I see it. So make sure you give me a follow there. Make sure, again, you like, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And also make sure you check out the podcast on various streaming platforms from Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Audible, Amazon Podcasts, you name it, we're there. Just search Punch the Face Radio, listen, subscribe, and share. I would gladly appreciate it. Say a prayer for my beloved Cowboys because we're going to need it this season. The Red Sox are pretty much done, so don't worry about saying a prayer for them. Until next time, folks, you take care. I'm Brandon Stubbs, and I'm out.